राजकचारी स्त्रोत्र सचरी श्रृंखला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन बीबीटी फाउंडरचार्य हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री गौर राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री श्री नवदीप द्वारका धाम की जय। श्री धाम मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री श्री यमुना मई गंगमयी की जय। श्री श्री तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री श्री सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। Our loving spiritual master, His divine grace, most merciful Savior of the whole world, by spreading holy name, Sanatan Dharma, all over the world, पतित पावन शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। पतित पावन शिल प्रभुपाद इस्कॉन सियाटल की जय। पतित पावन शिल प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। श्री श्री राधा नील माधव की जय। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Sambal devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gaurang. All glories to divine grace Srila Prabhupada.
Navayogendra maharaj ki
Hari Bol. I need Bhagavad Gita. Om Ajnanatimrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मायं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च। I should speak Hindi, English. Okay, thank you. श्री रूपम सागर जातम साहागना रघुनाथम वितम तम सजीवम साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजना सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम राधा कृष्णा पादान साहागना ललिता श्री विशाखाभितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपी कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु वैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। टुगेदर जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। लौडर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी समस्त देश तारणे। हरे कृष्णा 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, brothers and mothers, young and old, everybody is welcome. So, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, today I will take verse 66 of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18. By the mercy of Prabhupada, this verse is very, very important for us to understand. In the human form, in the human body, we can understand the things as they are only by the mercy of pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada. If we are blessed by a pure devotee, Mahabhagavad Vaishnava Srila Prabhupada, then we will understand the things as they are. Otherwise, we will keep on speculating and wasting our valuable life, wasting our valuable time. Please repeat this very famous verse. Sarva dharman paritajye mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayami ma shucha. Sarva dharman. Please repeat. All varieties of religion. Paritajya. Abandoning. Mam. Unto me. Me. Ekam. Only. Sharanam. For surrender. Braja. Go. Aham. I. Tvam. You. Sarva. All. Papebhya. From sinful reactions. Mokshayami. Will deliver. Ma. Do not. Shucha. Worry. Translation, please repeat. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Translation. Now it's a purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion. Knowledge of the Supreme Brahma, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of the different types of orders and statuses of social life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions. For the Lord personally promises to protect him. In the 7th chapter, it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the surrendering process. To such doubts, it is here said that even if one is not free from all sinful reactions, simply by the process of surrendering to Sri Krishna, he is automatically freed. There is no need of strenuous efforts to free oneself from sinful reactions. One should unhesitatingly accept Sri Krishna as the supreme savior of all living entities. With faith and love, one should surrender unto him. The process of surrender to Sri Krishna is called in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Anukullasya sankalpaha pratikullasya varjanam rakshasyatiti vishvaso gopatatve varanam tatha atma nikshepa karpanya shadvida sharanangati. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order. But if while executing his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Krishna will see to it that one should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis for his progress in life. As soon as one seriously engages himself in devotion service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purificatory processes by cultivation of knowledge, meditation in the mystic yoga system, etc. But one who surrenders unto Sri Krishna does not have to execute so many methods. The simple surrender unto Sri Krishna will save him from unsuccessfully wasting time. One can thus make all progress at once and be freed from all sinful reactions. Devotees, this verse of Bhagavad Gita is very, very important for all of us. What is the importance of this verse? Importance of this verse is Krishna is demanding surrender from all of us. Why he is doing this? Because we belong to him. We do not belong to this miserable material world. We are trying to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. But we are not from here. Sooner or later, we shall be kicked out of here. So while we are here, my only business is that how I can become a pure devotee of Sri Krishna. What is pure devotee? Pure devotee means completely dependent upon Krishna. And how we can become pure? Very important point to remember and think and discuss. Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, a great acharya. Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. He said, Anna Bhilashata Shunnam. Gyan Karmadi Anavritam. Anukullena Krishnanu Shillam Bhaktir Uttama. Material desire must be zero. No more material desire. And you know, a Lord Krishna, who is the worshipable Lord of Srila Rupa, all the six Goswami, Srila Rupa, Srila Sanatana, Srila Raghunath Bhatt, Srila Raghunath Das, Srila Jeev, Srila Gopal Bhatt, and he is the worshipable Lord of Arjuna also. So, what Lord is saying? What Lord is recommending? He is saying, just come unto me. Ma may come only one, me, nobody else. And what is the purity? How we can become pure? Srila Rupa Goswami, a great acharya, saying, material desire must be zero. No more material desire. And Supreme Lord, out of His causeless mercy, for the sake of we fallen people of Kali Yuga, He appeared in this age of Kali also in the role of His own devotee, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with His elder brother Balram Nityananda, with His avatar Advaita Acharya, with His Aladini Shakti, Gadadhar, Tatastha Shakti, Shrivas. What Lord Gangas recommended, what he said, material desire, if I am after name and fame, if I want some material adoration, and then that is also material. Lord Chaitanya said, Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadish kame mam janmani janmani ishvare bhavatad bhaktir ahaituki tvai. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth. We are all after money. Prabhupada used to say, money, money, money. Money is honey. Money is not honey, actually. Honey is Krishna's lotus feet. Surrendering to Krishna, becoming pure devotee of Krishna, that is the life. Lord is saying, Na dhanam, I don't want money. Janam. If I am Guru, I want disciples. No, Lord is forbidding us. No janam, no disciples. This is also materialism. Sundarim, another problem we all have, beautiful women. We are all attracted towards beautiful women. Kavitam, I don't want to become big poet even, you know. In purpose of life, dear devotees, is to return back home, back to Godhead. We don't have any purpose, anything else to do here. We are not from this material world. Remember this. Sooner or later, we shall be kicked out of here. Me, you, he, she, nobody can stay here. Would like to stay. This is my gross ignorance. We are trying to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. Everything here is temporary. But out of my foolishness, I like to stay here forever. No, nobody can stay. We shall be kicked out of here. So while we are here, we should follow this wonderful, beautiful acharyas, like Srila Rupa Goswami. He is saying, material desire must be zero. No more material desire. Anna vilashata shunnam. Shunnam means zero. And then, Gyan karmadi anavritam. No more philosophical speculation. Blah, 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 blah. Too much talking, you know. That is also nonsense. No knowledge, no gyan, karma. We are all fruity workers. What's happening in India? India, temples are there. But Puchari has no love for the deities. He has only love for his belly and for his family. That's why nobody goes to the temple. Krishna sent his pure devotee. He taught us how to perceive the deities, how to take care of Krishna. Prabhupada taught us. And Lord is recommending na dhanam, na janam, no more followers, sundarim, no beautiful woman, kavitam, I don't want to become a big orator, also a big speaker. No, then what you want? I only want your causeless devotion. No cause. To return back home means no cause. We don't want anything. If one is attached to a woman, he cannot return back home. One is attached to anything of this material world. And I have seen such personality who was not attached to anyone. You know who is he? Srila Prabhupada. Why don't you say louder? Who was he? He is sitting here in a deity form. I have seen by his mercy, he gave me the opportunity to be with him personally. By his mercy, though I am unqualified, no qualification, out of his causeless mercy, he gave me his personal association. And I saw him very closely. Such a great soul is very rare. He was free from these vices, dhanam, janam, sundarim. That's why he gave this devotion, bhakti, to the whole world. To the whole world. This is not some ordinary thing. It's very, very special. Once, one man asked this question to Prabhupada. One Indian chap. He said, Swamiji, can you show some miracle? What was the answer of Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, भाई मलेच्छ जवन वैष्णव बन गए, इससे बड़ा और चमत्कार क्या चाहिए तेरे को? Malaysian Yavanas have become the Vaishnavas. What more miracle you want than this? Srila Prabhupada is a gift of to the whole world by Sri Krishna. Very, very special personality. Very, very special devotee of Krishna. Why? Why I say this? Because he is my Guru? No. Because he has all the wonderful qualities. Lord Chaitanya made one prediction. What was the prediction of Lord Gauranga? Priti viti acho yatra nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoi moro nam. In all the towns and villages of the world, my name will be preached. Chaitanya is not different from Krishna. Chaitanya is Krishna himself. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nagi Anya. Brajendra Nandan Jai Sachi Suta Hoile Sei. Balram Hoile Nitai. Watch this first. Outside. Deenheen Yato Chila. Hari Nam Udharila. Taro Sakshi Jagai Madai. Brajendra Nandan, one who was Krishna, he became Sachi Nandan, son of Mother Sachi. And Balram became Nitai. And what they did? They delivered the fallen people of this age of Kali. Deenheen Jato Chila. He delivered most fallen, wretched, two brothers, Jagai and Madai. Jagai and Madai, both were Brahmins, but fallen Brahmins. They were very fallen Brahmins, committing all kinds of sinful activities. First by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, then by the mercy of Gauranga, they both were delivered. So devotees, we are here in this material, in these human bodies, man's body or woman's body, white body, black body, brown body, Hindu body, Muslim body, Christian body. We are all Krishna's part and parcel. No question of caste, and this is explained by a pure devotee. Another thing I like to say to all of you, unless and until a pure devotee, highly elevated devotee like Srila Prabhupada is not there to explain these things, we can't understand. Bhagavad Gita was there in the whole world. About 600 different commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. People used to read, but nobody became devotee. But when Bhagavad Gita as it is, presented by Srila Prabhupada. How this Bhagavad Gita came into existence? One lady here in the Western world came to Srila Prabhupada that, Swamiji, can you recommend me one Gita to read? Prabhupada thought, which Gita I can recommend her? They have misinterpreted. We have, as long as I am not heading towards purity, I dare to change the words of Krishna, who I am. What is my credential? I don't know how this body is functioning, but I dare to change the words of Krishna. This is gross ignorance, foolishness. Then Prabhupada decided, I must write a Gita as it is. After this Bhagavad Gita as it is came into existence, whole world became devotee. People understood Krishna. Before, no understanding. I stayed in African countries. Prabhupada personally sent me there. There I happened to meet one speaker, spiritual speaker from Gujarat. He was such a speaker you won't believe. He knew so many languages and he was such a fluent speaker. And I heard from so many people that he's a wonderful speaker. And I also went to see him. I also heard him. I was really attracted to him, let me tell you. Then one day, what happened? I went to him. I asked him this question by the mercy of Prabhupada. Who is the Supreme Person? Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? You know, what was his answer? He said, Lord Shiva is the Supreme Personality. I said, what kind of understanding he has? Big orator, big speaker, big singer also. There used to be pin drop silence in his audience. But he doesn't know who is the Supreme. So, this is going on in India. But thank Krishna, thank Radharani, thank Gaur Nitai, that they send their pure representative, Krishna, to we people of Kali Yuga. Those who are lost in this material world. Those who are, we don't know what to do but not to do. We are lost here. And we are trying to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. And Prabhupada's spiritual force was so strong that he guided us. Oh, Krishna, he looks like this, he's like this. And if you want to go to Krishna, then you have to become devotee. You know, like Krishna has mentioned here so many different paths of self-realization. In the Gita, Lord has mentioned Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Raya Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Sankhya Yoga. Yoga means to link ourselves with Krishna, to connect ourselves with Krishna. But then in the 18th chapter, what Krishna has said, Bhaktya mama vijanati yavan jasyasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato yatva vishate tadanantaram. I can be known as I am only by devotion. What is the devotion? Devotion means serving Krishna. Actually, service is our characteristic. A is serving B, B is serving C, C is serving A. We are serving each other in this material world, but we are not satisfied. We are not happy unless or until we come to this point by the mercy of Prabhupada to serve Krishna. We cannot be happy. We cannot be peaceful in this material world. This material world is a very disturbing place, full of problems, full of difficulties. So many difficulties and problems are here in the material world. Problem of birth, death, old age, disease, and national problem, international problem. Fighting is going on in Ukraine and then Russia, they're fighting, close country. Material full of problems. But the real problem, Prabhupada described the problem of birth and death. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukha doshanu darshanam. We should learn to solve the real problem of our life. Real problem is the problem of birth, death, old age and disease. And how this problem can be solved? Only by coming to the shelter of Sri Krishna. No other way. Prabhupada just mentioned, our mission is to save the souls. How we can save the souls? Only one way. Prabhupada said, if they come to the shelter of Krishna, then only they can be saved. If they won't come to the shelter of Krishna, then they cannot be saved. This is our mission. So, we should save ourselves by heading towards pure devotion and help others to be a devotee of Krishna. This is the mission. Devotees, we have this problem of changing Krishna's words. But Bhagavad Gita, as it is spoken by Krishna. Prabhupada, such a humble personality, used to say, what is my credit? Just like a peon in the office, pick files from one table to put another table without any change. Then another example he gave, as a postman, if somebody received the money order, he delivered the money order, as it is no change. So this is my credit. But who's in the whole world who's talking like Srila Prabhupada? Nobody except Prabhupada. Prabhupada is very, very special personality sent by Sri Krishna. Dear devotees and the internet listeners, come to the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. He will help you. He is there to help you. There is we every morning 4:30 Mangalarti in all the temples we sing Sakshad Hari Tvena Samasta Shastre Uktas Tatha Bhavayat Eva Sadvi Kintu Prabhurya Priya Eva Tasya Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. All the scriptures are saying Lord is just like Hari, Sakshad Hari. Devotee of Krishna like Prabhupada is as equal to Hari. He is not Hari, but he should be worshipped like Hari. Scriptures are saying. And Prabhupada is such worshipable personality who has proved by his wonderful actions that he is Mahabhagavad Vaishnav. He fulfilled the prophecy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we should take shelter of him. Come to his shelter. And devotees, another thing I want to say. Ultimate goal of life is to attain Krishna Prem, go to Krishna. But Krishna is recommending, before you come to me, first go to my disciple, go to my devotee. In the chapter 4, verse 34. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana. Prabhupada is such a jnani. He gave the beautiful knowledge of Bhagavad Gita as it is to the whole world, and whole world is now getting benefited. But one thing is very, very important. We, me, you, he, she, we should also head towards purity. And how the purity will take place? Na dhanam, no money. Na janam, no followers, no disciples. Na dhanam, na janam, no women. All the women are like my mother. This body was given to me by my mother. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam. I don't want to become a big orator also. Who's talking this? Please, no talking. I don't want any of these things. But I want mam janmani janmani ishware bhavatad bhakti ahitkvitvai. My Lord, life after life, I want only your devotion to you. Which kind of devotion? Which kind of devotion? Ahituki, without any return. I don't want anything. These are the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. And you know, how rare it is. How rare it is to be a pure devotee. Prabhupada said, I have founded this society open up the centers all over the world. And even if one goes back home, back to Godhead, then my mission is successful. See how rare it is. So why one? Because it's very, very serious, very, very rare thing. Everybody should become pure devotee. Everybody should return back home, back to Godhead. This is the purpose of life. Whatever other purpose is there, this is a creation of my unclean mind. Because my mind is filthy, dirty, full of lust, anger, greed, envy, aversion, false ego. My mind is simply after enjoyment. He wants material enjoyment. No material enjoyment. No manoranjan. Only Krishna Ranjan. We like to please our mind. No. We have to please Krishna by the mercy of Srila. Keep one thing in mind. Generations to come, everybody must follow Srila Prabhupada. And if I have seen in my life, one who didn't follow him, then he was very unfortunate soul. Lord didn't forgive him. We must respect devotees like Srila Prabhupada for 10,000 years to come. Respect him. Follow his footsteps. Then our lives will head towards the success. Otherwise, greatest failure. Life is only success. If we become devotee, we will try to understand Krishna. Ultimate is Krishna. Krishna is the absolute truth. So we can only understand Krishna by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And what Prabhupada wants from us? He gave us pure devotion. He gave us pure devotion means serving, service. The bhakti, the word bhakti, devotion, can only be used with Krishna, not with anybody else. There's so many demigods. In India, people worship demigods, goes here, goes there. No. Lord has forbid us. Why we go to the demigods? Kamastastar hita jnana. Parpadanti anna devata tam nimam asthaya prakritya niyata swaya. Those are filled with material desires, they go to the demigods. So then what Lord says, I establish their faith in those demigods. Why? He doesn't force anybody. Krishna is so merciful, so kind. Nobody can, what you call, express the, what you call, greatness and merciful nature of Krishna. He's very, very kind. And Prabhupada was a pure devotee. He explained everything about Krishna. He was totally dependent upon Krishna. Otherwise, he came with $7 to this US, United States, and he opened up the center all over the world within 7 years. Came with $7 at the age of 70, crossing 7 oceans, and he established the center all over the world within 7 years. Who can do this? One who is very dear to Sri Krishna. He is very, very dear to Sri Krishna. And my humble prayers to all of you, please head towards the perfection of life. Perfection of life is we become devotee of Krishna, and this is possible by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. According to the devotion process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. In Hari Bhakti Vilas mentioned there, according to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service. We become devotee of Krishna. At present, whole world is suffering. What is the problem with the whole world? The problem is people are not devotees of Krishna. People are not devotees. When there is no devotion, then there is no emotion, no bhava. No devotion, no emotion. then only commotion, problem. No devotion, no emotion, only commotion. Then there will be no promotion to the spiritual world. No promotion. One should remember this notion. Devotion. Prabhupada gave the devotion and it's practical. Prabhupada, he changed the drug addict hippies. Those were drug addiction is very difficult to give up. But purity is the force. Fourth thing Prabhupada said, my books are the basis, preaching is the essence, purity is the force. How the purity will come? When I will serve Krishna selflessly. I don't want anything other than the pleasure of my Lord Sri Krishna by the mercy of Prabhupada. If I will want this, if I desire this, then only the force will come, not otherwise. I have seen Prabhupada was so forceful, very, very forceful. Let me tell you one of his happening, of his force. What happened? I was his personal servant. This is, I think, in 1977 or 75. I don't remember the exact year. And Prabhupada was sitting in Mayapur, his upstairs quarter. I was doing some service inside, and I'm talking about Prabhupada's force. Purity is the force. And Prabhupada was ringing the bell. I came, I said, Prabhupada, you want anything? Go and see that rascal guard. One devotee was guarding Prabhupada's room, Prabhupada's quarter upstairs. I came on, I said, Prabhupada, he's not there. Go and find out, where is he? I went downstairs and he was loitering downstairs. I said, Prabhupada is calling you. Both of us entered to Prabhupada's room. All of you should be ready. The force of Prabhupada, I'm going to, demonstrate Prabhupada's force. It's imitation, but real force was with Prabhupada, but I am just giving you a little glimpse. As soon as this devotee and myself entered Prabhupada's room, what was Prabhupada's reaction? Where were you? Prabhupada, then he started shivering like this. I didn't do anything. I also started shivering. This was a force, Prabhupada's force. Srila Prabhupada ki. That's why he changed all the hippies and dippies and he made the hippies happy because of his spiritual force. Devotees, this force can come by the mercy of Prabhupada if I follow Prabhupada's footsteps. If I concoct my own means, change Prabhupada's teachings, then I am doomed. That's not good. It's not good. We change things according to our own whims. No, it's not proper. So Prabhupada was so forceful. In many occasions I have seen purity, because he mentioned one thing, that why the whole world is attracted towards me, because I am free from sex desire. Prabhupada was free from this. That's why the whole world was attracting to Srila Prabhupada. So dear devotees, we should follow Srila Prabhupada. And the purpose of life is not to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. No. This is not the purpose of life. Purpose of life is to return back home, back to Godhead. And that can be accomplished only by devotion, by bhakti. By pure devotion. Anna vilashata shunnam. Gyan karmadi navartam. Anukullena krishnanu shilnam bhaktir uttama. We perform favorable devotional service. A vivid example of favorable devotion service is Arjuna. Krishna asked him to fight. With whom? With his kinsmen, his family members. He was reluctant first, but then he understood. Krishna explained why to fight. Then he fought for Krishna on the order of Krishna, not that he wanted, no. For the pleasure of Krishna, he fought with his family members. So devotees, we have to please Krishna. Kindly remember this. And one thing I generally say, I will say here also, Seattle, when I don't know, about 20, 30 years back, I came to Seattle here. I was part of this yatra. And the temple was in another place. It was a church. Later on, they moved here. And church was there. And so, all of you, Prabhupada also came to Seattle. You know this? He purified this land also. He has put his footsteps here. And by his mercy, I was also here long back. So devotees, please come to the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, and we are going to sit in one exam. Anybody can tell me about that exam? Raise your hand. Yes, very big exam. And we can only go through by the mercy of Krishna. And we can have the mercy of Krishna only by the mercy of Prabhupada. We should not think that I can approach Krishna directly, no. As I cited the shlok from 4th chapter, 34th shlok, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya updakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Go to the spiritual master, surrender unto him, render service unto him with all humility at your command. This is the recommendation of Krishna. This is what Krishna said. So, Prabhupada is very, very special devotee of Krishna. Please, all of you are intelligent, mainly from India, Matajis and Pitajis. All of you are from India, more or less. Some may be from here. Become Krishna conscious under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada and spread this around, because this is the need. Everybody needs Krishna conscious. Without Krishna conscious, people are really suffering. People are really very unhappy. And Krishna conscious can make us happy. And we can mitigate our suffering here in this material world by the mercy of pure devotion. By becoming a pure devotee of Krishna, we can mitigate this suffering. There's little more purport to read. I will go through this purport also. One should be attracted by the beautiful vision of Krishna. Krishna is all beautiful. His name is Krishna because he is all attractive. One who becomes attracted by the beautiful, all-powerful, omnipotent vision of Sri Krishna is fortunate. There are different kinds of transcendentalists. Some of them are attached to the impersonal Brahma vision. Some of them are attracted by the supersoul feature, etc. But one who is attracted to the personal feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and above all, one who is attracted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Krishna himself is the most perfect transcendentalist. In other words, devotional service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. The essence of whole Bhagavad Gita is that most confidential knowledge part of most confidential part of knowledge, and that is the essence of whole Bhagavad Gita. What is the sense? That in other words, devotional service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential knowledge. And this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karma yogi, empiric philosophers, mystics, and devotees are all called transcendentalists. But one who is a pure devotee is the best of all. Devotee is the best of the all. That's why Prabhupada is the best of the all. Shri Shri Radha Neelamadhava ki. Because he is a pure devotee. The particular words used here, Masucha, do not fear, don't hesitate, don't worry, are very significant. One may be perplexed as how one can give up all kinds of religious forms and simply surrender unto Krishna, but such worry is useless. Such worry is useless. We should come to the lotus feet of Krishna, surrender unto him, do everything for him, Krishna. Bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, gao Krishna naam, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. You say the name of Krishna, worship Krishna, sing the name of Krishna. Krishna is our mother, Krishna is our father, Krishna is the life, my life here. Krishna is everything. Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva, tumeva bandhu cha sakha tumeva, tumeva vidya cha dvarinam tumeva, tumeva sarvam mam dev dev. O Lord of the Lords, you are my everything, my mother, my father, my brother, my wealth, my knowledge, everything you are for me. Actually, Krishna is the cause of all causes. As it is mentioned by Brahma, Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadhir Adhir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you very much for listening, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Any question, any comments anybody has? Raise your hand. Yes. What's your good name? Rantidev. Yes, Rantidev ji. Huh?
Because he's talking about the Sar Dharman, so he's talking about the religion. Because dharma and religion is different, right?
Huh?
The meaning is different, dharma and religion.
As I read, I will read again directly from Prabhupada. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion. Knowledge of the Supreme Brahma, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of the different types of orders and statuses of social life. Knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of the non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now you understand? Rantidev, you understand?
No, Maharaj, I'm not clear.
I just read this. Yes.
What his question is, in the translation, Prabhupada says, abandon all varieties of religion. But whereas in the sloka, it says, abandon dharma is there.
Dharma
So he's saying is dharma and religion is one and the same.
looks like same. They're both are same. Some religion we have created ourselves, this, that, but real religion means you come to the shelter of Krishna. You surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna and do everything for his pleasure. That is a real religion. Abandon all varieties of religion and come to the shelter of Krishna. This is the recommendation of Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So my question is on, we say like the...
Be a little louder, I can't hear.
Yeah, so we say material happiness or anything like which is material, we shouldn't be dependent or we shouldn't kind of desire for that.
Actually, total dependence. Prabhupada has explained that dependence. like, a little newly born baby is dependent his mother. And mother is always thinking of the baby. Baby cannot do anything. Baby cannot, even a fly sitting on the baby. Baby cannot drive away that fly. So mother is always thinking of the baby. Similarly, we should become surrender soul for Krishna, dependent totally upon him. Do everything for his pleasure.
Okay.
Anna vilashata shunnam, I mentioned, no material desire. Whatever material needs are there, Krishna will definitely fulfill. We should not be worried for that. Our worry should be that how I can become a pure devotee of Krishna, how I can serve him with all my humility, with wholeheartedly, and do everything for his pleasure. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitamba jagadishikame. Lord is teaching himself. No money, no followers, no beautiful woman, not to become a big orator, only to please Krishna. This should be our business.
Prabhuji, one follow-up. Quick follow-up. Like I was, thanks for explaining that. So when we get hungry or feel tired or something, we still go for like a good food or prasadam.
These are common sense,
Okay.
These are common sense. But mentally, you should be dependent upon him.
Okay.
And some places it is seen, when one is totally dependent, even Krishna came, there was one Mataji from Rajasthan. She came to the Vrindavan, and Karmeti Bai. And there, Krishna was bringing food for her. She was living on the tree, and she was very pure personality, pure devotee. Krishna has taken care. Sometimes man becomes totally dependent, Krishna even bring the foods. Several instances seen,
Okay.
So we have to be totally dependent upon him.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dandavad Pranam, Maharaj.
Yes.